You're listening to Beyond the List, the podcast dedicated to high school coaches who work their tails off every day. This episode is proudly sponsored by Online Donations, a trusted brand for 12 years as an online fundraising platform for teams across the country. And yes, it's me, Billy Dooley. My real job is a fundraising rep for Online Donations, and I would love for you to send me an email and give me a chance to learn about your program and try and see if we can help you come up with a plan to reach your fundraising goals. My goal is to help coaches spend as little time as possible and make as much money as possible. No coach ever starts the season by saying, "Man, I can't wait to start fundraising." So let us help out. Whether you're raising money for a new locker room, uniforms, a team trip, we can come up with a plan to get your program all in and raise the funds that you need. So please reach out today for more information. My email is at the bottom of the screen. Now, stay tuned for today's episode of Beyond the List.
Welcome back. This is Billy with Coach Dooley's List, and we are once again here on Dowdell's Knob, up in Harris County, and we're here today with Coach John Dimitri of Marion County.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I appreciate you meeting with us, and I also appreciate this visor. Okay?
Absolutely.
Once again, I'm feeling lucky. I'm getting my clothes and my gear and everything stocked for the fall. Hopefully I can come down and watch y'all play a softball game.
Love to have you. Love to have you.
Well, I always start off just ask, tell us about your coaching journey, how you ended up at Marion County.
Sure, yeah. Family background in coaching. Father was a longtime coach at Jordan High School as well as AD. He coached baseball. I got into coaching, kind of something I always knew I wanted to do. Back in 2002, I became a community coach with my dad, which was really great because I also played for him.
That's cool.
At Jordan High School. So it was amazing to go back and coach with him. Got to coach a little football during that time too with Leo Ellerby, who's a big influence as well as my dad. And then you got my brother, who's the head baseball coach at Harris County. So knowing at a young age I'm going into coaching, and back 2012 I get to come over to Marion County from Jordan High School, where I started at, to become the softball coach, and it's kind of taken off ever since then. A lot of great people in Marion County, a lot of success there, a lot of ups and downs too, learn from failure and whatnot, but great place to be, and look forward to a lot of good years to come.
Awesome. And when playing under your dad and working under your dad and then going and taking another job, what is it you want your Marion County softball program to be known for? Yeah,
I'd like for people to, kind of think of us as, when you see the M that represents Marion County, that we're going to do things the right way. We're scrappy. We do things with a purpose. That's one of the big things I've always said, whether it be in life or on the field, outside, and in the classroom, or just walk about life, is you do everything with a purpose. Right. And I'd like for everybody to kind of feel like that. Hey, we do things with a purpose. We're a little scrappy, and we're kind of that thorn in your side that just won't go away. And that's one of the things we kind of pride ourselves on, is how we handle adversity and how we move forward and do things the way it should be done.
Yeah, and those pesky teams are always, that's what I think when you say that, is those pesky teams that they're going to foul off 15 balls, they're going to steal bases, yes. They're going to do all the little things to beat us. So in all your years in coaching, I know there's always stories that you love to tell. What's a great story that just makes you smile, or that you always think about over your coaching days?
I don't know that we can really single it down to one, but
tell as many as
I guess one that kind of really sticks out. We've had a lot of kids throughout our time in coaching and whatnot, is that do mission trips. Some are becoming doctors, some are becoming nurses, all these different things. You'd like to say softball played a big part in that, how they handled their day-to-day on the field, to help them out in life. But really one main sticks out to me is we had a girl that played third for us back in 2019, I believe it was, and we DP flex for her, so she played a lot of defense. And if anybody knows it, everybody wants to hit. Oh, yeah. Everybody wants to hit, and when you don't get that opportunity, it's kind of at a young age, 17, 18 years old, it's kind of hard to figure that out, that, hey, I'm needed in a defensive role right now to help my team. And by mid-season, this girl's name's Taylor Green, and she's unbelievable. She's a leader on the field and leader off the field, because she was giving out every bunt coverage before I could say it. She was telling everything as a coach on the field, and that's what it's about. Going out, I knew she would be a coach, but she didn't think she would be. So by the time she graduates college, she goes to play basketball at Bernal University, and goes to play basketball, comes back and calls me and said she's going to go into teaching and coaching.
Love it.
And yeah, absolutely. That's one of the biggest things there, is that now she's teaching and coaching basketball and softball and she can take the things she learned on the field and help grow someone else.
Now,
Those are huge stories. No, she's actually out of rival Sly County. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah. So, no, I'd love to have her, and you know, sometime down the road we may figure something out with her. But you know, right now she's going to do great things with them, and she's gonna make their programs better.
I love it. It's always good to see your kids get into coaching, and you know, coaching across the way from them, because I know they're in the same region with y'all.
Yes.
So if Taylor or if any of your other players ever came to you and said, Coach Dimitri, I want to be a head coach one day, what advice would you give them?
I think just kind of believe in yourself. Always be confident in what you do. You know, always do things with a purpose. And again, we're always learning from different coaches. So you got to find different ways to pull things from coaches or go to clinics and things like that. But you got to have a reason why you do it. And it's not necessarily about the wins and losses. It's about, hey, who can I make better today? Right. And if they stick to that, if we stick to that as a group, as a coaching staff, then I think we're going to make a lot of people proud.
I agree. And then I didn't say I was going to bring this up too, but you're also the athletic director.
Yes.
Okay. So if somebody came to you and said, I want to be an AD, and also a lot of times in smaller schools, ADs are also coaching multiple sports, which I know you've done too. But if somebody said, Coach, I want to be an AD one day, what advice would you give them?
I think it's the same thing. Just get in there and work hard. You know, have a plan of where you want to be in 2 or 3 years. You know, find the ways to do things. Be visible. You know, where people can see you within the community or games. Let them know that you're there to work and you have goals in mind.
Yeah, I love it. And again, taking on all those duties between AD and between coaching, you know, one of the big ideas behind Coach Dooley's list on the website is trying to connect coaches with vendors, anybody they work with. A lot of times I know we focus on like the uniform stuff, but whether it's dirt, technology, anything else. So who's 1 or 2 or 10, you know, that you'd love to shout out?
We use Columbus Trophy with Joey Browning. He does, you know, our apparel. He does the paint. He does anything we ask, he'll do it for us. Yeah. You know, we use Odyssey with Frank Brown. He's a local guy in Columbus. He does a lot of our signs for us. We've used A&J with Ricky Rogers, who does a lot of our senior banners for us. So there's a lot of good people, you know, and it's kind of networking through and out, growing up, you know, from the area and kind of, you know, keeping those relationships.
Right. And I know Joey and Columbus Trophy's on the website. I'll get the information from the other two. And anybody watching, especially if you're in the area, I'll put the links down below and get them added to the website. Well, Coach, listen, we're gonna get done. I'm gonna soak this in a little bit more.
Absolutely, great view.
It is beautiful out here. Well, I appreciate you meeting with us, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.